Good afternoon and welcome back. It is now the 30th of June, so I thought I would do a little update on the intercropping trials. Firstly, I will just show a quick few videos here of when we did some undersowing, albeit later than I wanted to, of some small leaf white clover. Variety was Rivendell in the trials, and also in some oats as well, growing for wild farm. It's out of the intercrop trials now. We're undersowing. We've just gone through the oats and vetch. Again, the vetch hasn't done very well this year. You see down there. But it is working. You can see a tiny little seed at the end of my finger there. And the red one there. Also, nope, can't see that one. Absolutely tiny micro clover seeds. The variety is Rivendell. We're going on about 2 kilos a hectare with an optico grass harrow. It seems to be doing a good job of weeding. Obviously, for larger established weeds like this in the middle of the row, it's not going to pull that out. But yeah, it's doing a good job. Just gone through the oats and vetch there. This is peas and vetch this crop here. This doesn't seem to be quite 6 meters, this machine, but better than nothing. It looks very harsh when it goes through, but I'm sure this will stand up again, I hope. So the only thing that does worry me on our soil type is we have a lot of stones. And we rolled these 2 fields because we do a lot of rolling to bury all the stones. It does bring them all back up onto the surface, so when we're trying to scrape vetch off the floor in this plot, it's going to be a bit tricky. You have to watch out. It's the only real downside I can see. And there's obviously going to be a little bit of damage in the wheelings. We have got the narrow tyres on the tractor, but can't really be avoided. Had a bit of an issue, picked up some barbed wire and a bit of string that wrapped around the wheel at the back, so it wasn't metering. Bit annoying, but oh well. Right, gonna give it a go into some oats that are now out in here. I think we're just gonna have to go nice and slow. I mean, they're standing up, apart from in the wheel marks. Bloody hell, it's actually doing quite a good job. So that harrowing was now done exactly a month ago and 1 day. And I'll be honest, we've had bugger all rain since then. Not a lot has come up. I mean, you can see 2 tiny little plants down there. I know it's micro-leaf clover, but I was expecting it to be a bit taller than that. But anyway, how are the crops getting on? So, oats and beans on my left here. From initial sightings, it looks like the beans are very stressed. From what I can see, they have podded. Not very well, they do look stressed. Oats look well, a little bit of disease, but not a huge amount. But the beans, monocrop beans on the right, they look better. They look taller than these beans on the left. I think the oats have taken some of the available water away, because the oats are good scavengers. So yeah, that's one thing I can see. I can also notice a lot of thistles in here, and from what I noticed in my first year trials, no thistles. The oats seem to stop thistles. I can't see any in here, but as soon as I look in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean, you can see them all. So that's first thing to note. So we've just moved over. Now this is the monocrop oats on the right, and straight away there is a lot more disease present, which you can see. Looks like more secondary tillers as well. You can also see the lines of where the harrow went through. And another thing in the monocrop beans here, there is more disease than with the beans and oats, and there's also more presence of blackgrass. which within the oats and within the beans and oats, I cannot see barely any. So once again, it's been repeated that having a cereal within the mix does suppress grass weeds and thistles. Now into the canary grass and beans. There's quite a lot of secondary tillers on the canary grass. You can see there's quite a lot of green ones there. Some of the tall ones are looking quite ripe, which is a bit worrying. I don't really know how this canary grass looks, but it looks a lot better than I thought it would when I left. Seems to have coped with the drought okay, especially because of no N. Beans also stressed, probably not as stressed as the oats and beans together. So I think that canary grass is not competing as much as the oats are. But the monocrop beans are looking the least stressed from what I can see so far. But they are podding okay and not podding on the floor, which is nice. Just got to a brashy part of the field here and the beans are literally just dead. There is nothing on these. A couple of pods. They are not looking well at all. They've really suffered. As soon as you get out of the brash, look much better. But looking very thin. Can't really see too much of a difference between the canary grass and beans and the oats and beans. Perhaps slightly less beans with the oats, because I think the oats have competed better. But as the canary grass hasn't competed better, I can find more black grass with the canary grass. Sorry, it's canary seed. Keep calling it canary grass. Canary seed compared to the oats and beans. So in 2023, the first year of the trials, we didn't really have any failures apart from spring oilseed rape. But this year, we have got 2 failures. Well, apart from the diabolical weather. And that is firstly the peas, which I think the seed was not very good anyway. What I thought would be the buckwheat, but it looks like there is some buckwheat, but I don't think we're going to be able to take it to harvest because of the weed pressure. I'll just turn around now. So this one just in front of me, this was supposed to be buckwheat and peas. You can see there is buckwheat here. I mean, planted mid to late March, was ambitious. Probably should have planted it last month, but still hasn't rained anyway. But there is some buckwheat here. Considering a month ago there was no buckwheat plant taller than about 5-6 inches. But yeah, peas have been rubbish. Seed has not been good, and drought. But yeah, because this plot is so empty, just the amount of thistles that are here, it's like the beans and an oilseed rape plot that I did 2 years ago. But I think I'll have to see how it goes with this. I should be able to combine the buckwheat if possible, but I think all these thistles are going to seed before, and I think we just write this plot off, I reckon. Moving over into the oats and vetch plot. I mean, I upped the seed rate considerably for the vetch. Can't remember off the top of my head, but still, it just, I don't know why, but just vetch on this farm just does not want to grow. And about 1 year in 5, it grows really well. It really annoys me. There's also a funny edge effect going along the edge of these oats. I think from where this plot on the right was so bare, I think it's been grazed a bit on the right hand side by hares and rabbits. But yeah, once again, just vetch just so disappointing. There's not even any. Oh, there, okay, there's a tiny pod there. But yeah, it's going to come to nothing again. I mean, just walking through it, when you get to bits like that where there's vetch and there's tall ones up here, it looks great, but because it started so slow, it doesn't seem to want to die either. Who knows, it annoys me. Let's go have a look at the mustard and vetch next door. Mustard again, world's easiest plant to grow. Bloody love it. Perhaps because it's thinner, or at least because it's not as leafy now because it's podding up, than the oats. I can see the vetch a lot more. So it looks to me like the vetch might be better here. But yeah, mustard looks good here. We'll have a look at the peas and mustard, which is just mustard. Just had a look at the mustard and vetch and the oats and vetch, and the vetch was in both plots at 6 kilos a hectare, so it's okay. Right, now we're moving into mustard and peas. Can't you tell? Can't find a single pea plant. Bloody disaster with the peas this year. I think the seed is just not good. Yeah, I think that's why you plant 2 crops. So if one completely fails, at least I've still got my mustard to combine. Ladybird. Oh my god, there's loads of ladybirds doing their jobs. Just noticed on a lot of these mustard plants we've got these aphids here, look. And there are ladybirds blooming everywhere. Just nice to see. Look at them. Right, so conclusions as of so far. Oats is a very good low input crop. It is a good companion for weed suppression, but as I've noted before, too much of it can cause suppression in the other crop. Canary seed seems to be interesting. We'll have to wait and see what it does through the combine. Mustard, so easy to grow. Vetch, real pain to grow, but who knows, if I can get any seed, vetch and oats combined together is a good bulk addition to any cover crop seed, cheap and cheerful. Buckwheat and thistles, I think I'm going to top that. I think by the time the buckwheat's ready, the thistles will have spread everywhere, and I don't want to really deal with that. Yeah, peas have been a disaster. Yeah, thanks for watching. I don't know, I'll update before harvest, I guess, unless I think of anything else sensible to add after this. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you at Groundswell in a couple of days, and I will update when we send the combine through. Cheers.